It's probably going to be a very simple mix, honestly. I love this color. There's not too much going on with it. Hello, I'm Kim, and I'm an artist. This is my second video in my self-inflicted color matching challenge. I chose for this challenge Lost Souls from Tonester. So I'm not affiliated in any way with Tonester. They don't know my name, they've never seen me before, and they certainly are not sponsoring this video. However, I hope they don't mind me shouting them out, because if we're talking about color mixing, these guys are masterful. I lust after the colors that they mix. They make paints that go on your walls, not on a canvas, but certainly tones that I would like to emulate. Lost Souls is a deep purpley red, sort of like a dark wine color. And when I see this, it just hits a chord right into my soul. It's deep, it's passionate, and it's dark, which I like. I don't know if you've been noticing this pattern with me already. 2 of 2 videos happen to have a deep red undertone color. But that's kind of what I'm about, I guess, you know? Yeah. So let's see if I can mix this. All right, I'm using alizarin crimson, Prussian blue, and burnt umber. Again, same as last week. I'm pretty confident that this is all I'm going to need here. So let's just get going. It's probably going to be a very simple mix, honestly. I love this color. There's not too much going on with it. Or maybe it's just that it's so familiar to me. Yeah, I went in way heavy-handed with this deep blue. If you want to start really simple, I would not start with these pre-mixed colors. I would start with a primary blue, not Prussian blue, which is a pre-mixed color in and of itself. So maybe the next color mix, I'll use actual primaries. These are my preferred primaries. I use Prussian blue almost all the time, just because I prefer that deep shade of blue. If you ask me, blue is sometimes one of those kind of selfish colors, especially in oil paints I've found. You put the tiniest bit of blue into your blend and it just takes over the whole thing. I'll show you sometime. But we're already getting, honestly, pretty close just with these two. I don't even really know if I'll be using the brown. This alizarin crimson also is close to this color already. So maybe I'm kind of cheating with this color mix, but not really intentionally. It's just that I favor these colors. I favor these colors tremendously in my painting. So we're already super close to it. And it will never look exactly the same because this is printed on some sort of paper that's different from this paper, and color is relative to what it's on and what's around it. But we're going to get it close, and then we'll do a little fun painting with it. All right. Almost want to dole it out just a little bit. But I think that's less about the color and more about the finish of this paper over here. I'm going to bring just a tiny bit of this brown in. You know, surprisingly, I need to bring in some yellow because this red that I'm creating is a little bit more brilliant than the red. And again, I'm using ochre because it's within arm's reach, not a primary yellow. This is kind of has a yellow with a brown to it, a golden yellow. And I'm just going to add a little bit in. The reason why I'm doing that is because to dole a color out, you add a little bit of its complement. The complement of red is green. There's already blue in here, so all I need to do is add a little bit of the yellow. It's getting closer there. And again, I'm gonna end up a little more brilliant with my wet paint over here compared to this dry paint swatch, which also has, you know, other elements in it that make it a different texture and looks different in the finished product. Color mixing is really just one big experiment. That's what's so fun about it. So you can see it's kind of getting closer. Hopefully you can see that on camera. I can in person see that it's getting closer. I want to bring even a little more of the yellow in to dull it out just a bit more. And yeah, I didn't expect that I would be needing it at first glance. That's where the fun comes in. You never know what's going to happen, right? I have a feeling I may have put too much in, but we'll find out. It's okay. If you put too much in, you just balance it out with other colors until you get it exactly where you like it or near enough. Good thing too, I thought this was going to be a really boring 5-second mix, but I was wrong. You know, this is pretty close. It's pretty close. I'm going to add just a touch more yellow. And again, if you are starting to mix colors, I would not work with these pre-mixed shades here. I would work with a primary red, a primary yellow, primary blue, earth tones, and sparing amounts of white and black. I can work with these because I'm not a beginner color mixer. And I can already kind of see what is inside each of these colors. Like I said, it's never gonna look exactly right. And yeah, I'll add a little bit. And that little tiny bit of brown. All right, I am going to leave it here because I don't want it to be too dull when it dries. So I'm going to work with this color. I love it, and I'm going to stick with it. In order to create the composition, I'm going to need some lighter and some darker values. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. If I want to bring this same exact color up in value, I would bring in a little bit of white. And that will take it more toward, I would say, a pastel version. And so if you want to make the make a color brighter but maintain the richness of the color, you would not want to add only white like I'm doing right now. The reason why I'm doing it is because I like this color exactly as it is, and I just want to bring it up and down in value so that I can create something with it and make it a little more obvious. And if I wanted to bring it down in value, then I could just add a little bit, not too much. This will go fast. A little bit of black in, and this will bring it to quite a deep, dark, shadowy red. So hopefully you can see this is now the mid-tone, my original color, higher value and a lower value. And I'm going to go ahead and use this as I go. I'll mix even in between places where there's less black, places where there's more white, places where there's less white, so that you can see the difference between elements in the little composition I'm about to create. right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you for watching all the way to the end here. I'm honestly flattered that you did. And if you have a color you'd like to see me mix, find a way to send it to me. Hit me up in the comments with a link or something. I'd love to get a recommendation for a color to mix next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.